Hey, coming up right now, a woman's incredible sense of smell is helping scientists find a new diagnosis to a terrible disease.
Also coming up, we've got this great story. A gospel singer is under fire for what he's asking his followers to donate.
A little bit later on, how First Lady Melania Trump's wedding dress ended up for sale online.
No way.
Yeah.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey there, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, and welcome to Daily Flash for this Wednesday. So glad to have you here. We got sweet baby James, who does our social media, taking care of the floor. Everything good over that way?
Everything's good. I'm keeping my money in my pocket.
That's the best place for it to be. To my right is Matt Doolittle. Matty.
To the people out there, I want to say we welcome you to go vote for us for a Telly Award on our website at dailyflashshow.com. We were fortunate enough to be nominated for one, but we need you, the people, to send us there to the big award show. So head over there, dailyflashshow.com, and vote for the good old Daily Flash.
All right.
Okay, season finales. At this point, I think most everyone's seen the season finale of White Lotus,
I hope you
season
did,
3.
because it was great.
If you did, great. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but there will be spoilers, so you might want to mute your television right now.
All righty. And I think the ending I thought was fantastic. I thought the whole season, the whole series was great.
I loved it too. Completely engaged. However, there's been a lot of criticism online for the season finale of White Lotus, in particular, the way the storyline ended for Rick and his girlfriend Chelsea.
Okay.
Played by Walton Goggins. And they were saying he went and confronted this guy who he suspected of killing his father. They get into this confrontation. He leaves after pushing him over and then goes back to the hotel. So people are up in arms about why he went back to the hotel when he knows that guy owns the hotel and decided to just have a leisurely breakfast before getting into a giant shootout.
He did seem a little bit like, okay, I'm relieved.
Yeah.
I got it all off my chest. But knowing that, as you said, the owner of the hotel, you went right back to it.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he was, I guess, because he was going to take the first boat out or whatever. Maybe he was thinking that's the only way you can do it. But why would you have gone there and just had her meet you somewhere? But that's a good
exactly, because it's like you've spent all this time and energy, and you have this crazy blow up, and then you decide just to go back to the hotel, sleep it off, have breakfast, and then leave.
Yeah, not working that way.
Yeah.
At all.
You know, an omelet with your murder?
Would you like an omelet with it?
Omelet.
Why not? Sure.
White
That's
omelet?
true. Any season finales you guys were disappointed in, or that like
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld,
Okay.
I think which if you want to see how they made it up, just watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think season 9 they fix that huge problem. But I think Seinfeld was probably the biggest one.
I will never forgive How I Met Your Mother for those many years to give me that miserable last season.
Really?
It was so
The
bad.
whole season.
The
then.
whole season.
The whole season was bad because Jason Segel was kind of done with it, and they kind of had to split it. They changed a few things, and the girl, one of the girls, the one that went on to play in the Avengers.
Yeah.
So she was kind of in and out of it, but it's just the whole, and then the story to give us that at the end, and then the mix, and it was just I hated that. I spent 7 years on that.
What about you?
Sopranos.
Yeah, it's another one. That's another one.
See,
Yeah.
right? I'm still I was like,
And I'll tell you why I hate it most, because they ruined one of my favorite Journey songs too, because they started playing it again. But continue.
And here's the thing, I remember I was watching that season finale, and then the screen went dark. I thought my television went
Everybody
out.
did.
And I don't
whole
think I was
country did.
alone. I think everyone did. I'm like, oh my God, how am I missing the last 5? And it was, I was using TiVo at the time, and I thought the TiVo ran out of room, or I didn't know what it was, and I was like, what just happened?
Cable companies got people calling and screaming at them.
Yeah.
Epic series. I mean, it's an epic series.
Yeah.
And that's how they envisioned it. But we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the case.
If Severance does this to me and doesn't give me a wrap up, because they've said they've pretty much got 2 more seasons in them.
Okay.
I'm going to be so mad.
I can
Because
see
we have
why.
devoted too much time to
I
this.
can't
and
tell
brain
you. They
power.
say third seasons of most great shows are the worst seasons.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
third ones. Jamie?
I'm gonna say I'm the most affected by this whole thing because
How's
it's been everything Star Wars on Disney Plus for the last several years.
Yes.
have been terrible.
Right.
Mandalorian
Everything
was
has been
good.
terrible.
There you go.
No, it
Mandalorian was
wasn't.
great, yes.
No, it was terrible.
All right, before we go down Nerd Central, let's jump into some trending news stories on here. Picture this: a package with a T-shirt shows up on your front door, all right? And it's from a stranger hoping that if they can find out if they have Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? 75-year-old former nurse claims that she can actually do this, identify a scent directly related to Parkinson's.
No way.
This is true. Researchers say they presented her with a collection of different T-shirts. Some have been worn by patients. Others belong to very healthy people. She was asked to sort them into two different piles. She identified every shirt
No.
with one exception, if you can believe that. However, 9 months later, the wearer of that shirt later was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Now, the T-shirt says, I have Parkinson's on it, but no, that's not the case. Now, I've heard of dogs being able to do
Yes,
this,
yes.
but it's interesting what we don't know about our brain and what we're given. And secondly, I wonder, women are more apt. They have more sensories in their noses. They can smell things and see things better. That's why, if you go back to caveman time, they were the ones that went and did the berries. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But this is very interesting. How she figured it out is what is amazing because of the fact that, like, you'd have to know something like that smells different. Do you know what I'm saying? Boy,
Yes.
what is that smell?
And also, like, you have to, I think you've got to be able to develop your sense of smell to the
There you
point
go.
where it's so intense that you can pick up on things like that. Because that's not just your everyday, oh, this smells like Downy. Oh, this smells like Parkinson's disease. Like, she clearly has a certain, smell, and she's got abilities.
My wife has a bionic nose, and she can.
Does she really?
And
She can smell
write
your
your own
BS?
stories there. If you smell my BS coming 10 miles away. You're good with that as well. But she is actually a sommelier, certified.
Yes.
She's a certified sommelier, and she doesn't drink, but she says that that's how you do it because
Yeah.
it's all about smelling.
And does she
Yeah.
does she limit her exposure to certain things because she doesn't want to
I
change
can't-
her palate or her sense of smell?
I can't put any kind of air freshener in my
Yes.
my car.
Okay.
We use all natural stuff when it comes to like the laundry and that sort of thing. I should ask her. It's like, if you can, if you have that bionic sense of smell, I mean, you should be able to use it. And God bless this woman for
No
being able to do
kidding.
that.
Yeah. A gospel singer, Marvin Sapp, for what he's asking his followers to donate is now under fire. A recent video clip features Sapp telling the ushers to close the doors until 1,000 of his worshipers donate $20 each.
Got a song. Got a song for that.
Yeah, Marvin then tells the thousands of folks watching the live stream to pony up $20 as well. He claims it's the easiest way to raise $40,000 for the
Sure
church.
it is, yeah.
Then he asked everyone on stage with him to hand over at least $100. Although he told the congregation he preferred cash, he was willing to accept electronic donations as long as his parishioners could provide proof that they donated. The issue people are having with him is that he closed the doors.
Or not give you a choice,
Yes.
which I believe when it comes, you're supposed to have free agency, and it sounds
Yes.
like though they didn't. I guess you could probably have. Though the door, I don't think were they locked? Did he say he locked them? I don't think that was in it.
I don't-
He
he
told
locked-
the
he
ushers
locked-
to close
locked-
the
close
doors
the
and don't
doors.
let nobody out.
Oh.
So, you know.
Oh, don't okay. Don't let anybody out.
He got called out a lot for this one, you know. His song never would have paid it. But still, you know, I all I can say is they do that across the country.
It happens. Well, yeah.
But
With the
man with a
doors
hair-
locked, though. I mean,
Creflo Dollar?
I'm not giving a man with a haircut like that and a T-shirt anything. Wear a suit, nasty.
there you go.
Hey,
right. At least dress up a
40
little
grand.
bit. If you
Yeah,
want-
40 grand and you can't buy a suit?
But well, you don't want to look too nice when asking for money.
True. Is that a suit or a muumuu? I can't tell.
And you know what?
Sweaty, whatever it is.
And there are probably people there that didn't have the money. It didn't have $20 or whatever,
Yeah.
let's say. And then how they felt afterwards. Go watch Righteous Gemstones.
Yep.
Find out what happens to his money. That's all I got to say. Baby Billy Freeman. Well,
You know it's
Yeah.
in the walls.
Bible bunkers.
walls,
They
right.
would have liked Baby Billy's Bible
So
bunkers.
check this out. First Lady Melania Trump's wedding dress has been listed on eBay by someone who claims to have bought it from her years ago. The First Lady wore the Christian Dior gown by John Galliano during her star-studded Palm Beach wedding event back in 2005. The couture creation is listed on the auction site for about $45,000 or best offer. The seller claims she purchased the dress from Melania for $70,000 thanks to a mutual friend. Melania was featured wearing the dress on the cover of Vogue ahead of her star-studded wedding. The description of the gown lists it as weighing 60 pounds, and the seller is offering free shipping.
Okay, well, that is something. It's 60 pounds, something, anything is pretty heavy to spend.
Something is not mathing. 45, but you bought it for 70.
Yeah.
Because if she put it on and then all of a sudden it's worth some more, but the thing is, you only wear this thing one
Once.
time,
Yeah, it's
and
still
then.
sitting in, Leah's is still sitting in the closet in the bag from the night of.
But would you want to say, "Oh, hey, I'm wearing Melania Trump's wedding dress"?
So I
No,
think
it's-
you want to wear your own.
You got freaks out there.
No, I'm saying at the wedding. Would you want to? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I would. I mean, I wouldn't want to wear anybody's.
You got something
secondhand.
borrowed,
Like,
but you didn't.
that is true. I
But you
mean,
paid for it.
I can appreciate buying secondhand, but $40,000
Way
is a
too much.
lot to pay for secondhand.
Hey, before we head into the weekend, welcome back to Daily Flash. We always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we tell you about something you got to check out on your streaming services. Ladies first. AJ, what you got?
Oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff, and you
Yeah.
know I love a good true crime drama. My pick for the weekend is Devil in the Family: The Fall of Ruby Frank.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door. He's got duct taped around each ankle. He's obviously covered in wounds.
Shocking and appalling. Those were the two things that I
really?
could think of when I watched this. The fall of Ruby Frank is exposed in this documentary about the YouTube sensation turned convicted child abuser.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jackson, your picks are always good. I always like, sometimes I'll text her and I'll say, hey, I got to watch something. What do you?
Yeah.
So I definitely check it out. I love those true crime ones.
What's crazy about this one is, again, it's that confluence of timing and social media and YouTube. She was one of these first parents to get on YouTube and show off her family, and then turned it into $100,000 a day business, only to find out behind the scenes that police assumed she was abusing her children, and it was just nuts, like brainwashing nuts.
My understanding, did they have like video where it was like outtakes basically where he's like,
Yes.
you need to smile more, smile more.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. And so you're seeing the real her
Yeah.
in all of these outtake videos, and then they get a therapist involved in the family, and then she and the therapist get involved, and then these two kids are left, tied up at a house outside of their neighborhood, and this kid goes knocking on a neighbor's door to say, "I need your help. It's police business,"
That is so
and he's
scary.
got duct tape on his ankles, and he's probably 70 pounds. It's just insane.
So it's one of those things where a lot of these YouTubers don't realize that the money they're making, it's going to have to pay for the therapy afterwards with their kids.
I'm glad they're showing those outtakes so to show you that
Yes.
it's not real, nothing is real,
100%.
and there's abuse behind
Yeah.
it in some cases. Okay, Maddie?
Yep. All right. Well, my pick is on YouTube, and it's the abandoned history of Universal Hard Rock Cafe.
In March 1989, it was announced that Orlando would officially be the home of the next Hard Rock Cafe. Robert Earl, president of Hard Rock and of Mecca Leisure USA, who now owns 7 cafes, said he would spend $5 million on the very first built from the ground up Hard Rock restaurant.
So Universal Hard Rock in Orlando used to be like the epicenter of the Hard Rock Cafe. It looked like a guitar. You had the Bates Motel out back.
Okay.
But what's crazy is it just sat abandoned for longer than it was actually open. It was only open for a couple of years, and now they've rebuilt it, and we have a giant one here in Orlando at City Walk. But it's a crazy history of it. And I remember being there as a kid, all the time.
It's really, it's part of Orlando. If you're vacationing there, maybe you can find out. I love that. All right. My pick, a former party girl, Isla Gordon, is unexpectedly appointed president of her family's basketball team, the Los Angeles Waves, when her brother goes into rehab. We're talking about Running Point, now streaming on Netflix.
You are the president of the Waves. This is shocking. But on behalf of all women, don't ever make a mistake. Looks bad for all of us.
This is a great show. It stars Kate Hudson, Brenda Song, and a guy that I'll watch anything in, Justin Theroux. And they've already set up season 2.
Oh,
it's already picked
really?
up. So it's all set. I don't think I'm giving too much away. There's going to be more Justin Theroux in the second season. So
It came up on my picks, so
You should
I'll
check
add
it out.
to it. Yeah.
It's sort of a disguised as the Lakers and Jeannie Buss, but they call it the LA Waves. I mean, she looks just like Jeannie Buss. There's no question that that's what it's all about.
The Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling,
and Ike Barinholtz is also EP on this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guy humor, but it's really kind of like I don't want to call it Sex in the City. Basketball kind of plays a second role.
So my type of thing, but it's still basketball.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah. What was
What's like the Lakers show?
That's
exactly
what I'm
what it
thinking
is.
about.
But it's a comedy version of that. Yeah.
Really good. I thought it was fun.
I love the brother, the one brother that's a real smartass. He's great.
He was on The Mick, if you remember that. He played the husband on The Mick, and I wish I remembered his name too, but he is, I think, one of those. I think if he stays at those characters, he'll have a longer career because he's a perfect side character out of all this. I love him. You're right.
Absolutely. Okay, some entertainment stories for you now. And the lucky letters are VW, as in Vanna White. The co-host of Wheel of Fortune discussed her work schedule during a recent radio interview. She revealed that she works a total of 34 days a year taping the game show. 34 years,
Wow.
34 days a year. White's limited schedule requires her to tape 6 shows a day while they record. And yes, she must have a completely different outfit from head to toe for each episode she tapes. Oh my God.
Oh, poor thing.
So for those of you doing the math at home, she has 331 days off a year.
And she's been doing this for how many years too? You think
30
about
plus
that.
years?
Yeah, 30-something years.
And then you think about what she does. Her job has gotten progressively easier. She doesn't even just touch it now.
Just get a wide
One of
shot.
these.
I got to show my legs because that's
Does
what
she
she
even
does.
touch the
I don't
screen?
even.
I don't think she
was
touches. She
watching.
just kind of taps it. So my wife and I watch this almost every night because it's on after the news. My wife is really good at it, and I'm really bad at it. And I'm just like, I don't even know. I don't know how she comes up with it.
For your wedding, she bought you a vowel, didn't she?
She did.
A couple of
A vowel or
a vowel.
Vowels.
I got to go and I interviewed Pat Sajak and Vanna White when they did it at SeaWorld, and 100%, it's an incredible production by all means, but they can churn around so many. It's what you see. Basically, it's cut up so fast, and they got it down to a science to see that. So 34 days a year, that's a great
She
great
said
schedule.
she's never worn the same dress twice.
Wow.
So she, could you imagine all of those gowns and whatnot? And she also renegotiated her pay. I guess Pat Sajak was making about $15 million a year for his gig.
For 34 days a year.
Yeah. Sources say that she negotiated about half of that for herself, which was a bump up kind of twice her
good for
salary.
her.
So she's making $7 to $8 million a year.
Good for her. I've always appreciated. And she is extremely nice. So I think I think she knows that she has the easiest job.
Oh yeah, it's always nuts when these like the game show hosts, like what was it, Alex Trebek. I heard an interview with him once where he goes, "Why would I quit this?" Until he had to, but he was like, "Why would I quit this?"
Why would anybody want to?
Why? It's the best gig in the world.
If you can get it, because Ryan Seacrest is taking everything.
That is true.
I tell you what, we're going to do a little doing it with this guy right here. What are we talking about?
WWE and John Cena turning heel.
Oh, okay. All right, all that's coming up right here on Flash.
Hey, welcome to Doing It This Week with myself, Matt Doolittle. Now, I felt the need to jump in for what I think is one of the biggest moments in sports entertainment history.
There is your main event for WrestleMania. John Cena.
Now, I know, this is wrestling nerd stuff, but a few of you out there know what happened before this, and it changed the entire landscape of entertainment.
What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Now look, Harvey Dent once warned us, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and that's exactly what happened. And in a twist that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe, history repeated itself when John Cena betrayed the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. Now, Cena, it's American Nightmare, who has the record for the most Make-A-Wish evers. John Cena has the most Make-A-Wish ever. He just turned his back on his fans and told those kids, you can't see this wish. After a stunning TKO victory over CM Punk in the 2025 Elimination Chamber, Cena not only etched his name in WWE history, but also shattered the hearts of fans worldwide. However, with a ruthless low blow, Cena made it clear heroes can fall. Now, television storytelling is no longer just about delivering narratives. It's about creating an immersive experience that resonates with audience across platforms and across the world. So what does this mean for us WWE nerds out there? Well, some call it a male soap opera. Well, I do want to say women love this stuff too, trust me. It's a storytelling of a career, a 22-year career where he's finally, at the end, become the Rock's bottom. I took that from Jon Stewart. But it's more storytelling than I have ever seen in years on any other television show, and we can give it to John Cena the accolades he deserves. He's hosted the ESPYs, the third hour of the Today Show, and did some questionable things in multiple movies. If you saw the one thing, Blockers, you know what I'm talking about. But I have to give him props for being at the forefront of changing the narrative of wrestlers, that they're dumb guys who get hit in the head with chairs. Well, they are, but they can also be good baby faces for the community. And as technology evolves, so does the way these stories are told. Blending traditional storytelling with interactive elements. Now, John Cena, we can see you. And we're doing it with you, John. I know you guys think it's nerd stuff, but believe me, it was all over the place, and I love it.
Here's the thing about it, is that if you took wrestling out of it, meaning like you didn't have anything wrestling, it's a soap opera. He's 100%
It stays of our lives, but with greased up men in Speedos.
Hey, sounds like my weekend, actually.
Some people pay for that.
You pay extra for it.
Me too.
But it's 100% true. And then, so basically, John Cena does a lot of good outside of the ring, is what
Was that the point of
He
that?
does a lot of great, and I'm sure he's going to keep doing it, but it was such a moment.
The best public service he can do is not do that Blockers movie again.
Yes,
How about that?
exactly.
100%. Thank you, Maddie.
All right,
Thanks for
Maddie.
doing it.
Dairy brand Puck has launched a heartfelt initiative this Ramadan to support mothers and families in Lebanon. It's a way to help them rebuild their lives through the power of food.
When a food recipe travels without borders, goes to places even the mom herself haven't been to, that's not just food, that's power, that's freedom. Recipe for Change represents a tribute to the unsung heroes of Lebanon, the resilient moms that through the toughest time kept a smile and hope.
إنه فل من هون من لبنان؟ لا، خلقت هون، عشت هون، مدرستي هون، عذابي هون، بس بحس بغصة.
أنا بحياتي مش طالعة من لبنان، مش برمته، حتى من كفركلها مش طالعة كتير. طبخت تسافر وتسبقني.
هاي رسالة انكتبت بخط ايدها لأمي الله يرحمها، كاتبينها على كرتونة عيلة خسة كلينكس.
Every recipe holds a small piece of Lebanon, a story of it, the background, where it comes from. It is a groundbreaking business model where we actually got these moms, their recipes, their tradition cherished and brought to international menus around the world.
أنا كتير مبسوطة شيف إنه صارت الرسالة بين إيديكم.
أكيد نحن أكيد أكتر وبنيادي أمينة بدك تقولي صارت.
يعني ما بتخيل إنه هالبيجي بالكونات البسيطة إنه حتصير بالمطاعم برا وهي اسمها حتكون وصفة فيفيان.
هلا صرتي مشهورة.
This isn't charity, it's empowerment. These women aren't receiving aid, they're receiving orders, and they're really turning their struggles into strength. Basically, we transform these poor consumers, these moms, into business partners. And not only as a business partner today, but on the long term, bringing their cherished recipes, keeping their tradition alive and values all over the world.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English. Welcome to Daily Flash. We're so glad to have you here. We got a half hour packed with some great info that you're going to love. All right, I'm not going to say this guy's name. I'm just going to call him American YouTuber Jackass. Everybody cool with that?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So there is this tribe of natives that live in this island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. They the rumor is they have killed anybody that has gone onto this island. They don't like outsiders at all. A lot of them have no idea that Y2K happened or the COVID happened and that sort of thing because they're in this island in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
No iPhones?
No iPhones, nothing so far.
Okay.
So this American YouTuber says, well, it sounds like a perfect place to go.
Oh.
However, they also have said the countries that basically govern it say it is illegal for anybody that is not a Sentinelese, which is what they're called, the Sentinelese people. You have to be Sentinelese in order to be on this island. So this YouTuber says, well, I'm going to go there and see what it's like. And he goes there, goes amongst them and everything, luckily lives, and then leaves a coconut and a can of Coca-Cola with them and takes a picture. Look at me, this is what I did. So they're after this guy now. Now keep in mind, a lot of, these people have never seen other people, diseases, nothing. He could have, whatever, if he was sick, let's say, and he went on that island and could have wiped them all out, if you think about it. And that's why they wanted them to left alone. Well, he's now basically, they're trying to hunt him down and saying, what can we do to actually get this guy in jail, which I believe he should. And they really are saying that they have no immunity if any kind of disease was brought to this island.
That is really irresponsible.
Very irresponsible, yes.
I mean, I get you're intrigued, but it seems like those people want to be left alone. There are protections in place. Why do you have to go and expose yourself to them and to the rest of the world?
I think, which is the very first reason people, when it comes to being a YouTuber, am I right? It's like, why do you need to do it?
Right. Yeah.
Because you have this feeling of self-importance.
Right.
And I hope they prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. I'm behind it. 100%.
Well, he can't be hard to find.
That's true. That is true.
If he documents everything he does.
He's out ruining Epic Universe for me right
Probably
now.
so. Yeah, there's your YouTubers. All right.
Matt, that's a sore spot for you.
It is. I don't want to see it.
Islands of Adventure. He can go to that.
Yeah, he can go do that one. Go bother those people.
Why did he go there? All right, picture this. A package with a t-shirt shows up on your doorstep, and it's from a stranger hoping to find out if you might have Parkinson's disease. A 75-year-old former nurse claims she can identify a scent directly related to Parkinson's. Researchers say they presented her with a collection of t-shirts. Some had been worn by patients. Others belonged to healthy people. She was asked to sort them into two piles. She identified every single shirt with one exception.
That is crazy.
However, 9 months later, the wearer of that shirt was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
This is so crazy, man.
I just can't imagine that her sense of smell has to be so developed to the extent that it's just otherworldly.
I'm one of those where I can hey, taste. What does this taste like? And it's familiar. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And even if it's something as recognizable as say coconut, for some reason my brain can't put the two together sometimes. Yeah. But to have that. And I wonder if it has this crazy different smell from all together, or it's it's a little salty, but yeah, I can feel some air. I don't know what she does. That's amazing to be able to do that. And how many of us have that power? We just don't realize we do because we can't smell it.
That's why I wonder, how do you develop something like that? Because I feel like we're all capable of doing that, but some people just tap into it in different ways, and she clearly is one of those people. But you mentioned your wife's a sommelier.
She's a sommelier, certified sommelier, and my wife has this amazing nose. I mean, she can smell really, really well. To stuff like on the other side of the room. Are you burning something? And I'm like, well, I had some toast 3 hours ago. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. She has an amazing, and to this, I have a machine in our bedroom.
Yeah.
It goes off when certain things happen. So that was kind of like my tattletale for a while. But she knew it well before. She was just being nice.
It's just crazy when you get married. Every wife can smell every man's.
That's actually true. Yeah. But I had it's serious. It was this filter thing, this air filter thing. It would turn on when it picked up that smell.
A certain smell.
Certain smell. And she's like, "All right, you got busted." And I'm like,
no more Dutch oven.
Because she couldn't handle it. Yeah, can't touch the cat. We got more Flash coming up after this.
Today on the Scene with Doreen, I get to sit down with the man of 100 voices and 1,000 laughs, the incredible ventriloquist, Fator. Check it out.
You won season 2.
Yes.
You then signed one of the biggest Vegas contracts of all time. How many times?
3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
Terry, in terms of variety, you have inspired more contestants than anyone on any show around the world.
Oh, thank you. This man is a legend.
You almost gave up. You know, it was 39, 40 years old, and you said, what am I doing?
In my 30s, I decided, maybe 35, I decided, I think I want to try being a ventriloquist. It's been my dream since I was 10. I want to be a professional ventriloquist. I did that for a few years, and then when I turned 40, I kind of was evaluating my life, and I thought, well, geez, you know, I guess here I'm a 40-year. Who's ever going to really care about a 40-year-old ventriloquist? And so I went through a little bit of a depression thinking, wow, I guess my dream is over. And then I thought, wait a second, my dream isn't over. My dream was to be a professional ventriloquist, and I am. I'm going to be the best damn ventriloquist anybody's ever seen. When America's Got Talent came calling, man, I was ready. I had the mindset that I was going to be the best in the world at what I did, regardless of if I ever got discovered.
You are the sunshine of my life, yeah.
You aren't just a ventriloquist. You have focused on impersonating singers. And like Stevie Wonder, who I think might grace us with his presence today.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh my God, Stevie!
Nice to be here.
It's an honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how
I
is
just called to say I love you.
Oh. And you zoomed to tell me that too. Oh, it's so good. I don't know now, Terry, I don't want to talk to you anymore. But no. you do more than 200 celebrity impressions, and you don't just talk. You gotta sing.
I do. There has to be some sort of a physiological difference in our makeup. I don't know how or why. I honestly, there's no trick. I don't know. I should not be able to make the tones that I do. What kills me is when I'm doing a really hard song, like, you know, I just posted a Bohemian Rhapsody on a part of, you know, that high part. So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye. So I'm doing this with this Freddie Mercury puppet, and people are like, his lips are moving. And I'm like, okay, you try singing Bohemian Rhapsody with your mouth closed, and you see if your lips don't move. It is impossible for my lips not to move at all. If my lips did not move, then I'm lip sync.
It's close to midnight. Something keeps lurking in the dark.
And this new show, you're not even just doing, you know, what you've always been doing so well. You've added another layer now. You've added technology into the mix.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is the most exciting. Look, I had a ball and I loved the Mirage. I loved playing New York, New York. But I got to tell you, when I walked into the Strat, it's the most spectacular thing you've ever seen. And I've been in Vegas 18 years, a headliner in Vegas 18 years. I have probably rewritten my show 35 times.
Wow.
And people don't do that.
No.
You know, people get into Vegas and they have the same show for, 15 years.
Yes.
And I won't do that. I have a different show, and I'm constantly updating my road show, and I'm constantly doing new things. And you know, you just got to keep at it.
Check out terryfator.com. You can check out his tour dates around the country, more info about his ongoing residency at the Strat Hotel in Las Vegas, and also pick up some very cool merch like your own Winston the Impersonating Turtle Puppet Jr. for charity. And there's a lot of really cool merch. I was on there looking, and I said there's so many things for gifts and for yourself. Thank you so much, Terry. You are a blessing.
You too.
Make sure to catch Terry Fator on tour this summer or at his residency at the Strat in Las Vegas. And listen to the rest of the great conversation right here. I'm Doreen Taylor with the Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.
Hey, the new Nintendo Switch 2 release date is approaching. Some lucky folks got an early hands-on at an event with the system in New York City. Here's the story.
As the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 nears, they are kicking off the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, where consumers can get their first hands-on with the new system.
The Nintendo Switch 2 experience is a chance for fans to go hands-on with a Nintendo Switch 2 system in select cities around the world. It kicked off in New York, April 4th through the 6th. It moves to LA, April 11th through the 13th. And then goes on to Dallas from April 25th through the 27th.
Consumers will be able to experience the new system as well as the new Switch 2 games.
There are some great games that fans will get a chance to get hands-on with here at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, including Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and more. Nintendo Switch 2, of course, can be played in handheld, tabletop, and TV mode. People will get to experience the mouse controls, as well as being able to play with friends and family, whether they're together or online with select games like Mario Kart World.
For more information, go to Nintendo.com.
Looking to plan that next getaway, lifestyle expert Joanne Butler is back with tips on how to make the most of it. Hey, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne Butler here. With spring just around the corner, now is the perfect time to start planning your bucket list trip. Whether it's a tropical escape, a cultural expedition, or an epic food tour, the Southwest Rapid Rewards credit card can help you get there. Now through March 31st, new Southwest Rapid Rewards credit card members can earn 30,000 Rapid Rewards bonus points, plus the coveted Companion Pass through February 28, 2026, after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months from account opening. If you plan to travel with a friend or a loved one, the Companion Pass allows them to fly with you for free, excluding taxes and fees, every time you book a flight. Card members also receive a 10,000 Companion Pass qualifying points boost each year, bringing you closer to extending your Companion Pass benefits into future adventures. And the earning potential doesn't stop there. With every Southwest purchase, Plus card members earn 2 times points per $1 spent, while Premier and Priority card members earn 3 times points per $1 spent. This year, take the leap and book the dream trip you've always wanted. Picture yourself relaxing on the beaches of Hawaii, hiking Denver's scenic trails, or indulging in the music and barbecue of Nashville. With Rapid Rewards points that never expire, your next travel adventure awaits you. Learn more about this offer and start planning your 2025 bucket list trip today at chase.com/SouthwestCP.
Well, the first ever commercial rover is exploring the moon's surface. Joining us now with information on the mission is Nicola Buck, Chief Marketing Officer for Castrol. Nicola, what are the goals for the lunar exploration?
Yeah, so we were delighted last week to see a rocket head off to the lunar South Pole carrying a lander and this little astroant from the MIT Media Lab setting off to carry out a number of science experiments on the South Pole of the moon where nobody has ever been before.
And what type of data are you hoping to attain?
Yeah, so this little ant, it's just 2 centimeters squared, will move up and down the rover with the aim of sending back temperature data to tell us how the rover is performing on the South Pole of the moon. We at Castrol had to test this, and we took it, first of all, to Lanzarote in the Canary Islands, which has a very similar surface to the moon. So we were able to prove out that it was going to work. And then Castrol provided the space-grade lubricants to make sure the wheels kept working and keep working while it's on the moon.
Great, and where can we go for more info?
Head to Castrol.com and you can see more of the MIT Media Lab's Astroant and the role Castrol is playing with that.
Thanks, Nicola, and we'll make sure we have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Looking to see what's trending in home design this year, the International Builders Show, taking place in Henderson, Nevada, is showcasing the latest design innovations.
They call it the New American Home, a model showroom that showcases the most innovative style and technology trends in modern home design. The message this year: more levels, more openness, and even more of the latest in smart innovation. This expansive living space of more than 9,000 total square feet and 5 bedrooms with unique glass features allows for unobstructed views of the Las Vegas Valley below it. A food and wine connoisseur's dream, the kitchen is a masterpiece for homeowners who love to entertain. The centerpiece of the main cooking area, luxury appliance brand SKS's 48-inch Pro range with 6 gas burners and a griddle for gourmet-style results fast. As consumer demand for energy efficiency grows, the smarter these appliances get. Take the SKS Energy Star certified integrated column fridge, the largest in its class, with a ton of storage and a column freezer for precise temperature control. Complementing the smart home features throughout the New American Home, let's not forget the Transitional Series double wall oven with gourmet AI technology. It's so smart, it does most all the work for you. It literally has a high-def camera built in it that recognizes the food you're putting in and suggests recipes, cooking temps, and how long to cook it for. Then their ThinkQ app lets you monitor what's in the oven in real time, record time-lapse video, and share them with friends and family. How cool is that? For entertaining, the upper-level game room hosts a 24-inch wine fridge with wine cave technology and can store up to 41 bottles, keeping them perfectly chilled and ready with dual temperature zones. Next to it, a 24-inch under-counter fridge and freezer drawers with 6 different temperature control zones, including pantry, deli, freezer, and more. Meanwhile, the Power Steam panel-ready dishwasher ensures that every dish comes out sparkling clean. Other design elements, more nature inspiration, a mix of woods and metals, lots of warm browns and rich jewel tones, all natural textiles, furniture, and flooring. For more info on the new American home, visit tnah.com.
Don't go anywhere. We got more Daily Flash. Here's some great stuff you need to know about, too.
We want our homes to be as comfortable and as energy efficient as possible, no matter the season. And we can achieve both with Midea's innovative heat pump technology.
Heat pumps do heat and cool. So in the wintertime, we can actually take the heat from outside and transfer it inside. And in the summer, we do just the opposite through a reversing valve. We take the heat from inside and we move it outside. It's way more efficient to transfer temperature than it is to create temperature.
That helps keep utility rates and the impact on the environment low while upgrading comfort. To help make it more accessible, Midea recently opened their first showroom in Florida to serve as a training and educational hub for distributors and curious consumers.
The heating and air conditioning system in your home will be the second largest investment you make other than the roof. So we just want to make sure the consumers can make an educated decision.
Get more information at MideaComfort.us.
Follow the Daily Buzz on social media.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. From freezer to table, here's how to make meals in just minutes.
More than 80% of Americans have discovered the secret to easier meal planning, their freezer. Here's chef and TV personality Jamie Gwen.
Research from the National Frozen and Refrigerated Foods Association reveals a major shift in how we're using our freezers. With grocery costs on everyone's mind, nearly 2/3 of Americans are turning to frozen foods as a smart shopping strategy. Take berries. When fresh prices spike in winter, reach for frozen. You get that perfect summer sweetness at a fraction of the cost.
The research shows time saving and convenience are driving this freezer-first approach.
Your freezer is like a treasure chest of meal possibilities, combining frozen grilled vegetables for protein bowls or using frozen fruit for quick breakfast smoothies. The options are endless.
Discover more ways to make mealtime easier at nfraweb.org. That's nfraweb.org.
Registered dietitian and nutrition expert Mia Sin breaks down how small changes can make a big impact on your health.
It's National Nutrition Month, and I have tips to help you make healthier, more informed choices. The Dietary Guidelines for Americans states that 95% of kids and adults do not meet the daily fiber recommendation, and Begin Health Daily Growing Up Prebiotics is a great, gentle, clean, and kid-friendly option to help fill in the gaps. My next recommendation is to enjoy more fish. With Maury's, enjoying premium, better-for-you seafood has never been easier. And for a dietitian-approved beverage option, I love the Planet Oat unsweetened oat milk. Royal Jelly is a nutritional powerhouse. It supports cognitive function, and when combined with 500 milligrams of Cognizin Citicoline, which is clinically researched to support memory, focus, and attention. Look for Cognizin on the label, and you can learn more about Cognizin at cognizin.com. Whether your focus is heart health, brain function, metabolism, energy, or beauty, there's a doctor-formulated multi-plus multivitamin from Garden of Life for you. For more, visit nutritionbymia.com.
Hey, we are really appreciative that you join us here on our show. And we're here. We love it Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah, dailyflashshow.com. Also, you can find us on the website. You can sound off. And that's available to you 24/7, 365.
That is the best part of it, is getting your email and, of course, your comments on our Facebook, because we kind of see like your point of view. We spew out all kinds of stuff, but we also have fun. So let's do it. Let's have a good weekend, and we'll do it Monday.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Y'all take care. Bye bye.